In the last episode, the Russians crowned themselves as kings. The plan came together, and we won the Stanley Cup, defeating the Winnipeg Jets in one hell of a series. Again, we talked about it's the top team in the NHL all season long. We go up against the bottom feeders, the team that just barely made it in, and we had to win big at times. And we did. We somehow survived that threat to win the Stanley Cup in Game 7. A President's Trophy and a Stanley Cup. Not often done on this channel. But now we look ahead. We look forward. Because again, there will not be any new series starting up on this channel until after the deadline on Monday. Probably maybe not until later in that week, if not the next week after. So beginning of March is what we're looking at here. And that gives us plenty of time to go for a title defense. Now, for the most part, we're good to go. I mean, Askarov is signed, and yeah, it was pointed out in the comments, and I thank you for pointing out. Hopefully I remember to put your comment up on screen. But, you know, we talked about it when we drafted Askarov. The success of this series depends on him. And ultimately, he delivered. Thank God. Because top-rated goalies often don't, as we've talked about. But we have him, so we're good to go in that regard. Defensively, we're good to go heading into next season. Every single member of that defense core is coming back, which is absolutely tremendous news for us, obviously. Forward-wise, though, it's a little bit shaky. Kaprizov needs to be signed. Barbashev, potentially Dadonov. I'm not against bringing him back. You know, what happens with Gino? You know, Gino and Dadonov could both retire at this point. So there will be some changes to this team, I would imagine. But for right now, we're feeling good. And you know what, to be honest, we can go ahead and try to get some of these contracts taken care of right out of the gates. So over to expiring deals. Not going to be opposed to bringing Galiev back. To be honest, we'll just see if he accepts that. That would be nice. And Danil Tarasov, same thing. If I could just sign you long-term, that would be sweet too. Defensively, Dmitry Samorukov, who's never really going to be an NHLer. If he's willing to sign that deal to just be an AHLer for the rest of his career, that's good to go. Same for Yelesin. Trying to lock these guys up so that we don't have to worry about the AHL. Gino. Now we have $22 million. I'm going to hold off on that deal. Saprikin, same thing. Just make it 3 years instead. And then Kaprizov is the big contract that obviously we want to get taken care of right now. I'm going to try to get him locked up for 8 years instead. I know that would, bring him until he's, 37. But still, I was thinking, though, I was looking at the differences in the numbers between the 9.7 and the 9.9. The 9.9 should be fine, the whole 8-year term. That brings it down to 8.5, basically. So, yeah, we wouldn't even be saving that much money. If we can sign him to that, that's a phenomenal contract. Obviously, we're never going to see the end of that contract in this series anyway. Barbashev's asking for 5. Makheyev's there. Volkov is looking to re-sign. We'll give him 2 years, just in case he ends up developing somehow. And then Dadonov would need a new contract as well. We'll sim for today, or 2, however many it takes to hear back from Kaprizov, and then figure out the rest of the deals from there as we get the new cap information heading into the next season. Yelesin re-signs. Very good. Samorukov, Volkov, Tarasov, Galiev, Saprikin. All right, so here comes the big name. And there we go. Kaprizov resigns. Beautiful. So we get a very, very good contract for one of our star players, but that brings us down to $3 million in cap space at the moment. That can't be right, obviously. That's going to be... Yeah, we still have 16. Sweet. So we should be able to sign everybody here. I mean, Barbashev wants a 3-year deal. I'm good to bump that up to a 4-year deal instead, to be honest, because he's just, for as long as we continue to sim, he's going to be a key member of this team. That would be 4.825 for him. Yevgeny Dadonov. Let's see, what would we bring that down to? Now, of course, we can re-sign Dadonov and Malkin. They can still retire, though, even if they accept the deal. So we'll have to see how that goes down. Gino. Don't know if you'll be back. Don't even know if we want you to be back, but We have the cap space, so why not? It'd be $3 million for him. And then Ilya Mikheyev. That's a one-way deal. We'll just go ahead and sign him to that and give him what he wants. That should be fine. So hopefully all those deals go through. The upcoming draft, I have no idea what that situation's going to be. Going to be interesting to find out. We might as well just do this. Dodonov signs, Barbashev signs, Malkin signs, Mikheyev signs. So everybody's back. It's just a matter of retirements as we have the 15th pick in the draft thanks to the Carolina Hurricanes. Interesting. The upcoming draft, though, I do remember, it wasn't looking good for us, obviously. Like, the draft has been pretty disappointing. We definitely made the right choice to go for it early on. Yuri Markov is the top Russian. That's brutal. Kuznetsov is also there. The right bumper on this controller is starting to go out, too, which sucks. So, Valentenko. It's a low grinder. Like, nobody else is really necessarily worth drafting. Valentenko, though, a low elite at 17. He's not going to have the highest overall. He's worth picking up at least. Is there anybody else? Fedorov, Yaskin. Not looking that great. Galiev, Perzogin. All right, so we have one dude. One dude that is worth drafting this year. So that's tremendous. Well, let's find out, though, what's happening to Dadonov and Malkin. We'll find that out next. Here we go. And the answer. Wow. Neither retired. Oh, my God. Crosby retires before Malkin. Giroux, Kessel, Voracek also gone. Perron. Alex Radulov retires out in Chicago. Again, I was thinking about, we mentioned Radulov in the last episode, some of the names and faces that came and went, not being a part of the winning team. Radulov, Ovechkin, of course, moving out, Yakov Trenin. It took some maneuvering to put together the combination that finally allowed us to win. Varlamov and Bobrovsky both retire, all with 392 wins. So did we lose anybody? I don't think we did. Didn't lose a goalie. Renat Valiev. Wow, of all the people to retire, Renat Valiev retires at 31. So that's interesting. Of all the people. So Malkin will be here on a way too expensive contract, but it's Gino, so who cares? Evgeny Dadonov's going to be back. This team basically in the same form that just won is going to be back. So we'll see if it's just as good the second time around. Because I highly doubt there's going to be any free agents that are worth going for. As it is, we have a 15th pick and a bunch of other picks that I have nothing I can do with. I mean, unless there's there might be a goaltender out there. Like, that might be worth looking really quickly. But this team next year, Kravtsov, Svechnikov, Tarasenko is going to stay now. Kaprizov. Yeah, it's basically going to be the same. I might make one change to get Medvedov onto a higher line, but pretty much we're going to be the same team. So quickly then, let's go take a look at the draft class. Just double check when that low elite player is projected to go. 186. Ooh. Okay, cool. So, oh boy, this is the problem. I didn't use that whole player search feature, and you can't do it once you're in this menu. So we have to look around the league and see if there's a high-value Russian. Problem is, I doubt it. I highly doubt it. No Russian names there. If we can't find a Russian skater, it'll be a goaltender that we look to target, but I am not seeing a single Russian name. Slavkovsky isn't available. Natchez, Teravainen, Vorobiev is 22 and a 64. Nope, even if he's available, absolutely not. I saw Bushnevich was there, but again, I'm probably just going to keep the forward core the same. The problem is any top prospects, we already know about them, or already have them, or they just flat out don't exist because of how bad this has been. So I would not be surprised if I just use these picks to reacquire Igor Shesterkin and have him be the pickup. Solidify a good backup goaltender. There are no Russian names here. Grigory Denisenko, but obviously we're still using him in the Florida series, so I don't really want to use him here. I try not to double up on players if I can avoid it. What the hell is this guy's name? Rodney Rabbit. Oh my god. Well, Wasey Rabbit's a player in real life, so hey, look, there's a Dadonov, but he's terrible. So let's put the name Rabbit in there. Domi, Orpik, Paling, nobody there. Yeah, I think it's going to be a goalie. Obviously, we're running out of time to even look, because once San Jose makes the pick, Alexiev, I'm pretty sure wasn't Russian. Yeah, he's Belarusian, which does not count. Everyone's like, no, when you're Russia, count like former USSR stuff. It's like, no. Wow, Kreider is still somehow a Ranger. Okay, then. As is Elias Anderson. All right, there goes that pick. Oh, good. The Sharks get a franchise player. Certainly couldn't be me. Let's go back over here then. Winnipeg. Do you have anybody? No. No, you don't. At all. Washington. Evgeny Kuznetsov, who, again, we don't really need. He's there. We could get him. I guess the argument could be you might as well get him because you're going to have the value to get him here. Ish. I don't know if the 15th overall is going to be enough, actually, to get him. It probably won't be Yekimov's. Shekimov's. Where the hell was he? He was on Vancouver. He's not going to be good. He's a 73 at 20 years old. That's not the type of player that turns into a winner. Nikita Kucherov is also there. So we can look to bring in a veteran, and that's about it. Yeah, we can bring in a veteran, and that's about it, because there are no other top Russians. Chistov's there, but again, you know, in terms of the value, it made sense to get rid of him at the time. Although, wow, they're still not paying him anything. It made sense to use him to get Provorov at the time. It absolutely did. We could bring him back. That might actually be the play, is to bring him back from Philadelphia. Huh. So it's Chistov, Chistov, Kucherov, or Kuznetsov. It would make more sense for it to be Chistov, but he would end up being a fourth liner for us. Like, there's just no way he'd play anywhere else other than being a fourth line specialist. He's a hell of a fourth line specialist, but again, it made all the sense in the world to use his value to go out and get Provorov. And obviously, Provorov's our captain. He's a big part of the reason as to why we won the cup. I don't really know if we're going to be able to afford to get Chistov, actually. I don't think we can actually get him. The value is too high without giving up like Tarasenko, and I'm keeping Vladimir for now. So we're going to have to look for a goalie. As far as who that goalie is, I don't know. Prosvetov is a 78. Oh my god. Ooh, this goalie market. Ugh, it's not good, is it? It's not good. I don't know. Kochetkov, whatever the cough. He is not great. We could bring him in, though. I'd want them to retain salary. Bennington's there. Mikhail Berdin's not that good. Oh my god, some of the goalie situations. Look at that, though. Like, do we not see? Like, I know they're trying to trade Ottinger, but, like, do we not see what the issue is here? Like, they had time to already make a move. They did. Like, do we not see what the issue is here? In terms of, like, you know, AI management. Like, that's Dallas. But then again, you look at Columbus. Like, again, I still love this game. I thought this would be the best franchise mode's ever been. This mode needed some extra TLC. Some tender love and care. And that it just didn't get to make sure that certain things were tuned properly. And one of those things, unfortunately, is just the way AIs build their team. Because there is no reason why Columbus should be that screwed and why Dallas should have that problem. It just shouldn't happen. It shouldn't. You're talking about 4 NHL caliber goalies on the same team. That just shouldn't happen. And I know the argument was like, well, look at the Rangers, they have 3. That's a different set of circumstances. Because, I mean, you look at the age groups, something could have been done. Now they're going to lose Ottinger for nothing. So, that's cool. Anyway, if Shesterkin isn't around, we will be trading down and picking up a lot of picks, making plans for next year, essentially. Georgiev is there. Speak of the Rangers, Shesterkin is on an expiring deal, so he's going to be very cheap to pick up. So we're going to... Actually, they might not even be able to do this. They have Ilya Sorokin, too. I don't know if they're going to be allowed to do this. That's a good question, if they're even going to be allowed to do this. Let's trade Zagadulin, and it should be fine. So yeah, let's just try to get the rights to Shesterkin. It's going to kind of screw them over, but I don't really care. And you can have a bunch of draft picks, too. And then I actually would have to hope that Shesterkin would sign for less. No guarantees that he would. This actually might just be a complete waste, but you know what? At this point, I don't even care. Will that go through? Thank you very much. So, Igor, welcome back. You didn't win a Stanley Cup with us, but that's fine. That's perfectly okay. And we're going to keep looking to pick up 2027 draft picks from people. Who wants to trade their draft picks next year? It's all the fun. There we go. Second rounder from Ottawa, probably way too much to hope for. Yes. But can I get 3rd, 4th, 5th next year? That's the real question. What do you think? There you go, Ottawa. Way to go. So we'll hold on to that pick. We'll take our 6th and our 7th and try to pick up a 6th and a 7th from Ottawa. Will that work? Yes, it will. Okay. So we are looking good. We'll go ahead, sim, get our low elite boy, and be good to go. Pretty quick and easy. Not much that we really had to do, as Alex Valentenko will be the pick. And just to confirm, low elite in a 53. So, not great, but he was at least a younger prospect. So it would, technically give him that time to develop. So it's another one-player draft for us, unsurprisingly, as we deal a bunch of picks for picks next year. The question is going to be whether or not we are able to re-sign Shesterkin on a cheap enough deal. I don't know if we'll be able to. Apparently we have no cap space whatsoever, so that's interesting. Ooh! We have the money to do it. He wants starter money. Screw it. He's going to get it, too. He's going to be the backup for the next 6 years at 4... Okay, maybe not 6. Can I get you down to 5 to where you're 35? You're going to be the backup for the next few years at 4-1-2... Oh, fuck. There we go. 4-1-2-5. That's a lot for a backup, but guess what? We can afford it. He doesn't want to re-sign, though. I'm pretty sure I just wasted a bunch of picks, but it doesn't matter. We're towards the end of the series anyway. So if he doesn't want to re-sign, then we're screwed. Some of our coaches' deals are up. Some of our scouts' deals are up. Okay. Well, Shesterkin's going to be a pain in the loins, which is unfortunate. We don't have any other deals expiring, right? Good. So what we're going to do is go over here and we're going to say, Igor, oh Igor, let's give you money. Lots and lots of money to sign for this year. How much space do I have? 879. Lots and lots of money to play hockey. I can just do this. To play hockey this year. $8 million. Yeah, you're damn right you'll get back to me. $8 million to be a backup. Yeah, you're damn right. There we go. No, I got no interest in signing. Well, you signed, didn't you? So there we go. That pretty much sets up the team for this upcoming year. which is pretty sweet. So we really know that there's going to be nothing in free agency that we have to do. There's a couple of players that we could sign if we wanted to. That's about it. Coaching staff-wise, yeah, we're going to want to keep the staff together. So you're an associate coach. No, you're going to want to stay. And I'm going to talk to you guys at the beginning of the next season because I'm going to spare you from having to watch this absurdity. All right, so the team is set, but we do have a little bit of a dilemma here. Now, I guess the team is set wasn't the best way to voice it, really, but this is what the squad looks like right now. The initial plan, if we failed, was Malkin, Dadonov, and Tarasenko are probably gone, and perhaps rightfully so, because now you look at Kavanagh and you look at Michkov, and despite them being third-liners, they could certainly fit in on that top line, or the second line, I should say. So we do have the option as far as what we want to do here, and of course, in terms of setting up this team, you know, we could go with what we went with in the regular season. We could go with kind of what we went with throughout the playoffs in terms of how that got us over the line. But it was going to be about Medvedev, Michkov, and Kavanagh being in more ideal roles. Of course, the defense right now is tremendous. Obviously, that's basically set. The issue, though, too, is that down in the AHL, we have Marchenko, we have Altar Bamakian, we have Ivan Morozov at 19, who might benefit more from being in the AHL than the NHL, but it is kind of the point of whether or not we go with one more ride for this team, for this core, to see if they can repeat the title, you know, or repeat as champions, win the title again, you know, as they did this past season, or if we look to turn things over to the younger crowd. And obviously, again, exactly what combination we want to go with these forwards could indeed be up for debate. So I think with that, I will leave it there and leave it up to you guys. Again, the only change right now on this roster is that Shesterkin is the backup yet again. So look forward to hearing what you have to think, or what you have to think, what you think, what you have to say. Easy for me to say that this episode's been a disaster, but it's fine. It's fine. Overall, it's going to be another strong season for us. And yes, to answer that question, I absolutely forgot to make an alternate jersey, but we won without it last year, so perhaps we'll win without it this year. Thank you for watching. As always, again, looking forward to seeing what you have to say in those beautiful comments down below. While you're down there, scroll up a little bit. Check out everything in the description, the socials, the Discords, the Twitches, and the Patreons. I will see you all in the next one. Until then, have a good one. Take it easy, and bye-bye.